Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the bar. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Anyway, let's make a cocktail I have never made, I have never tried, I have never experienced this in any way except for other people on YouTube experiencing it. So here we go. Today, we're making a last word. This is something I've been wanting to make for several months now. Obviously not on the channel because the channel's fairly new. But I have been wanting to make this for a long time. The problem we've run into thus far is this ingredient right here. This is Green Chartreuse. Chartreuse in general, there's been like a worldwide shortage of chartreuse. I've been looking for a bottle of Green Chartreuse for probably close to, by the time this video comes out, probably about 2 months. I've been trying to get one of these. Hard to get, fairly cost prohibitive. This is a cost prohibitive cocktail. I'll be quite honest about it. I like a lot of the classics because they're very cheap, or they're cheap enough that they're easy to make and acquire all the things for. This one, a little different. This one's a little bit more cost prohibitive because it takes two fairly expensive ingredients. It takes this Green Chartreuse. It also takes this Luxardo Maraschino Liqueur. You do not need to use the Luxardo brand. That's just, I like it the best. You can use other maraschino liqueurs. There's a bunch of them out there. But anyway, we'll jump into all that here in just a minute. It's just my favorite. So let's jump right into, I guess, the ingredients, since we've already listed off two of them. This is a gin cocktail, so we're going to use our standby, our classic giant bottle of Beefeater London Dry gin. This is my favorite gin. It's it's not plain, but it's very much gin. It is the most gin of gins, in my opinion. You're going to need Luxardo Maraschino Liqueur, or any maraschino liqueur. I just like this one. I think that it's got a nice tarty bitterness from the cherries. That's what it is. It's a cherry liqueur. This one's a little bit more specific. You're going to need Green Chartreuse. I think that this is about the only one we can get in America anyway. It looks just like this. It's easy to get. It's herbal. I've never tried it before, but it's got a clear herbal note. Really, really interesting. I'm really excited. And then we need our ultra high-end lime juice. All right, this one's easy. It's all equal parts. 3/4 of an ounce of everything. So let's make it. 3/4 of an ounce. Lime juice, right in. That's a good pour. 3/4 of an ounce. See, now I'm nervous because this bottle is probably one of the most expensive. I think this is the most expensive bottle of liqueur I have. And it cost me about $83 here locally. 3/4 of an ounce, exactly. 3/4 of an ounce of our maraschino liqueur. I love this Luxardo. It really is worth a couple extra dollars to buy it. It's got a very nice, clean, slightly tart, slightly bitter flavor. Wonderful. And 3/4 of an ounce of our London Dry. You don't need to use Beefeater. I like using Beefeater, especially when I talk to you guys about making cocktails, simply because it's readily available. Can't talk today. It's very affordable, and it's always going to be good. You know exactly what you're going to get every single time you buy a bottle of Beefeater. Some of the other, like Monkey 47, since they are small batch bottles, there is a little bit of variation there. All right, all that into your shaker. Seal your shaker up. This is something I've seen a couple people do this. Don't shake with this away from, like, facing out. If something happens and you have people sitting in front of you and you shake out, guess what? They're all going to get covered if something happens. I don't care if I get covered. I care if they get covered, though. 10 to 15 seconds. Get my chilled coupe. We'll set it up here. And then we'll just need something to strain this ice out. This is served up, no ice, in a chilled coupe. One of my giant coupes. Oh, what a beautiful color. What a beautiful color. So it is a beautiful yellowish, minty green, wonderful color. Oh, that looks delicious. I'm told that it is garnished with a brandied cherry. I finally have some more brandied cherries. I ran out a couple weeks ago. These are pretty readily available. You can get these, most liquor stores have them just sitting on the shelf, whether you get brandied cherries. These, I like the Luxardo Maraschino cherries. They're the same thing, just with a different name. It's all the same, right? One maraschino cherry. And there you have it. The last word. So, now that I've made this, I've been waiting to do this on video, because you're going to get a live reaction to this cocktail. Oh, it smells delicious. I mean, you can smell the chartreuse. It's clearly evident. You can smell the Luxardo. It's clearly evident. Gin is there. It fades into the background a little bit. Lime juice, you can't, doesn't really have a smell, so. Oh my Lanta. So, all right, immediately, right off the nose, it is cold and refreshing. It's bracing. Very much like I did one of my early videos was the Corpse Reviver. This is very much in the same strain as a Corpse Reviver number 2. It's bright, it's bracing, it's refreshing. Far more herbal. There's a serious, I mean, clearly it's from the chartreuse, okay? There's no mistaking this. There's no way you could supplement this for anything else. That chartreuse comes through front and center. It's a huge, bold punch of herbal. There's no real bitterness, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have that bitter bite in your mouth, but it's got this like fresh, it tastes like garden fresh herbs and sweetness, and you get like basil and mint and maybe oregano is pulling in. Like, it's weird. It has such a beautiful massing of flavors, and everything just folds together. And then at the very end, the Luxardo is like the first thing you smell. That Maraschino Liqueur is the first thing you smell as it comes up, but it's the last thing you taste. And it's got that sweet cherry bite, punchy. This is awesome. This is an awesome cocktail. I swear, if you've got a couple extra dollars, okay, and you don't mind spending a couple bucks at the liquor store, right? I definitely don't. Go and buy these 2 bottles. Because I guarantee you, probably by this time, if you're watching, you've probably got gin at the house. You've probably got some cheap lime juice at the house. This is phenomenal. This is just a beautiful, and it's long. It doesn't, so something about the Corpse Reviver, right, which I would compare this very similar to Corpse Reviver number 2. The Corpse Reviver number 2 comes into your mouth, hits your palate, and is instantly gone. I mean, it hits you, it's bracing and bright and bold, and then it carries away into the background, and you can go for your next sip. This, you want to sit and dissect, and every sip, you pick up a little something different. There's some pepper in there, a little bit of heat. This would be really cool using like this Japanese craft gin, Roku gin, distilled in Japan. This has a very clear and evident peppercorn flavor. It's got a bunch of stuff in it, but one of the first things it's got in it is Sancho peppers, right? So it's got peppercorn in it. This would also be really cool to use something like this Rogue Spirit Spruce gin. I could foresee this being an absolute experiment that would probably be delicious. This has whereas your regular gins use juniper as its main like flavor, so you get kind of that piney pine sol taste that a lot of people talk about gin and cleaning solvents. This is similar, but it's very much more like evergreen, punch in the mouth, drink a Christmas tree, right? And then I've got some other ones up here that are real strange, real kind of Like this my mom gave to me. Collective Arts Distilling gin made with plum and blackthorn. This could be real interesting in there as well, because this would give just another evolution. This is a little sweeter. There's so many different gins you could use with this. They would all be so interesting. They'd all be so good. But just using a classic like Beefeater in this, it's just phenomenal. I love this cocktail. This is absolutely going to stay a staple as long as I can keep chartreuse in the house. I'll keep drinking these. Friends, the last word, highly recommended. Wonderful cocktail. I hope you like me doing this tasting with you afterwards. I can gush on about things for hours at a time, so please let me know if you like this. If you'd like to see more of me tasting things and telling you about how I think they taste, I'm no professional. I'm just a dude in my home bar. Anyway, that's the last word. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you've given me thus far. It really does mean the absolute world to me. And I'm just thrilled to be able to do this and share this with you guys, because this is awesome. So thank you. If you don't mind, take just a second to do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, subscribe, turn notifications on, whatever else there is for YouTube. You guys know what all that stuff is. Thank you guys so much. If you want to support me directly, you can do that at patreon.com/Aaron's Heart. If you want to, that'll be linked down in the description. If you want to buy me stuff off my Amazon list, that'll also be linked down in the description. It's all just stuff that's going to get used in here. Thank you guys so much. Go enjoy a cocktail. Remember, don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly. Tip your bartenders. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.